Joining me now, Pinal County, Arizona Sheriff Mark Lamb. Mark, it's good to be with you. Can we talk about first just the 1,000-foot view of what you're experiencing? Because this continues to just get worse and worse. It's one of the reasons that Governor Abbott is trying to make this point.
Yeah, good morning, Jackie, and thanks for having me on. It's a complete disaster. Look, every day we can go out and on our highways and in our deserts, we can find load after load of bodies and drugs. You know, drugs, there's ebb and flows, but when we do catch them, they're huge amounts of fentanyl and other dangerous drugs. And then the people loads, I mean, we can go out and it's like shooting fish in a barrel on some of our highways. If I had more staff, I could stop more vehicles that were full of body loads or people being smuggled into this country. So the human trafficking and drug trafficking has never been worse.
Yeah, and this is an administration that, you know, is allowing this to go on despite the humanitarian crisis. The human trafficking, as you mentioned, the drugs are the other issue. Border Patrol agents seizing an estimated $4.3 million worth of fentanyl pills in the Tucson, Arizona sector. The 340 packages of the pills are enough to kill people. 42 million people, Sheriff. Meantime, Drug Enforcement Agency officials are warning that rainbow fentanyl is spreading through the West Coast, fearing that it's going to attract younger users. You look at this, it looks like Sweet Tarts. It looks like Fun Dip. I mean, this is really dangerous.
Yeah, it's clear that the cartel is targeting our youth in this country. We should be very alarmed because fentanyl has become the leading cause of death amongst Americans, especially between the ages of 18 and 45. And now we've got these youth that are being poisoned as well by what the cartels are bringing across our southern border. And yet our federal government does nothing about it. They don't say, I haven't heard our president mention fentanyl one time.
It's really unfortunate. We continue across both our platforms to have parents come on, tell their stories about how their children have, you know, taken a pill thinking that it was something, you know, like an Adderall or Xanax, and they die of a fentanyl overdose. And the horrible, horrible stories across the country. Meantime, Sheriff, in Texas, Border Patrol agents say that they foiled a dangerous human smuggling attempt. 3 illegal migrants were crammed into the trunk of this car. We've got the photos there. Ohio U.S. Senate candidate J.D. Vance joined Maria on Sunday Morning Futures yesterday to discuss the growing crisis at the southern border. Listen.
There's also this wide open border. You have to believe that this is a real dereliction of duty now that 2 million people have been apprehended. Another 1 million people have gotten away. We don't know their intentions. And then, of course, there's the illicit drugs coming through. Your thoughts on the impact on Ohio?
These guys say that we've got to show compassion for illegal migrants, and of course we do, but let's show some compassion for our own citizens. Let's actually secure the border so that we don't have 100,000 Americans dying of fentanyl overdoses. Joe Biden and Tim Ryan have basically turned the U.S. southern border into the drug and sex trafficking capital of the world. We have got to shut this down.
Sheriff Lamb, quick reaction from you.
Yeah, look, he's in Ohio. He recognizes it. It is about human smuggling, and it's about fentanyl poisonings. I don't call them overdoses. These are poisonings. The cartels are poisoning the American people, and then we're allowing it to happen. We are, as sheriffs, we're fighting against it. And come support us at protectamericanow.com. Sheriff standing up where our federal government has completely failed.
Lee, I want to bring you in on this. With the midterms approaching, you know, you have parents out there that are going to the voting booths that are worried about all kinds of things wherever they're living across the country. But this is a huge issue, too, especially parents of teenagers and even children who are younger. How does this impact the decision-making process for them?
I think it makes a big impact because for the first time since 2014, Americans are saying we want fewer immigrants. And it's not because they're not humanitarian. When you hear some of these arguments people are saying, it's that you just don't care about these folks who need to flee their countries. People are saying we need to get our own house in order right now. We need to do this in the right way because they're concerned about their safety. They're concerned about the drugs. They're concerned about all of these other issues. Inflation. We need to get our own house in order first, and that's what they're saying. And then let's deal with them the right way, not the way that it's being done right now, because many people are horrified by what they're seeing, as we all are, as you see these videos. It's just not being handled properly, appropriately, and that's what they want to see done. So,
yeah. Sheriff Lamb, final word to you.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I've had people ask me, what about all the good people trying to come into this country? And I said, look, if I were to ask you to put 10 people in your house, 5 good, 5 bad, you'd never do it. And that's my job. My job is to stop those 5 bad people, that one bad person. If I have to stop 9 good people to do it, that's what I'm going to do as a sheriff. We owe it to the American people to protect them from human smuggling, human trafficking, and especially the drugs that are killing our American lives every day. We've got to stop it.
Sheriff Mark Lamb, thank you so much. Good to see you this morning.
Good to see you too. Thank you.